One woman being hailed a hero for freeing a toddler locked inside a dangerously hot car, putting this risk front and center during these sweltering summer months when children and pets are at risk of overheating. Tonight, ABC's Gio Benitez is taking the temperature test, finding out firsthand what it's like to feel the burn.
It's over 90 degrees in this Kansas parking lot as this woman desperately attempts to free a child. Sarah Oropeza trying to smash the car window with a tire iron. An unattended 2-year-old little girl inside the smoldering hot car.
She was just covered in sweat, like her ponytail was dripping sweat off of it.
In reality, the ordeal lasted just 3 minutes, but in her mind, time stood still.
I was thinking when I was hitting the window, what if she dies? What if I can't get her out? What's going to happen? What are we going to do? And I just did what I thought was right. It was to just hit the window till it broke.
Police issued a ticket to her caregivers when they came out of the store. They say they only left the child alone for 4 minutes. The Johnson County District Attorney's Office now reviewing the case.
I don't care if it was a minute or 2 minutes or 15 minutes. That's too long to leave a small child in a car.
As a record-breaking, sweltering summer rages on across the country,
I know that it's like really hot, but this is like excruciating.
There have been an alarming number of reports of children left in hot cars. So far this year alone, 10 children have died because they were left behind in hot cars. One child dying just last Friday in Texas.
She locked their keys in inside.
Yesterday, police in Pennsylvania smashed this window after a mother called 911 to report that 2 children were accidentally locked inside.
Yes, they got the baby out.
It turns out new car technology can make it much more difficult to pop the car door open in an emergency. Even Carrie Underwood found herself breaking glass recently. Earlier this month tweeting, when your dogs manage to lock themselves, all your stuff and the baby in the car, and you have to break a window to get in. While Good Samaritans like Oropeza wouldn't hesitate to bust that window to get a child out of a hot car, doing so is sometimes considered a crime. Only 4 states have the kind of laws that would protect people like Oropeza. 6 others working on legislation. I experienced firsthand how quickly a hot car can affect an adult body.
To do that, we're going to start with a blood pressure.
I teamed up with Narberth paramedics in Pennsylvania. Paul Dunn checks my body temperature.
98.3.
Okay.
Textbook perfect.
All right. And hooks me up to a heart monitor before we lock ourselves in this minivan. I'm wired up. It's about 90 degrees outside. Let's go. It didn't take long to feel the heat.
Okay. Cozy. You're up to 100.8 already.
Wow. So I went from 98.3 to 100.8.
Yep.
In like a minute. The temperature inside the van climbing more than 10 degrees in a matter of 20 minutes. I mean, we're just dripping sweat everywhere.
Yeah. This is extremely uncomfortable.
29 minutes in.
There's another PVC. So we're up to 2.
Paul, checking the monitor, notices I've had 2 irregular heartbeats, a sign my heart is feeling the heat.
105.
Wow.
So at this point, most children would not be sustaining. We would have a critically ill child.
My body temperature of 105, proven to be deadly for children. So we play it safe and call it. Opening the door.
Oh, thank God.
Experiments like this, while definitely not advised, are hot on the internet.
Hey, I'm Tyron Matthew with PETA, showing you what happens when you leave a dog in a car on a hot day.
This one from PETA has racked up more than 1.5 million views on YouTube in just the past week.
So the dog has to sit in the car and literally overheat.
NFL player Tyron Matthew takes the challenge to show that our 4-legged friends face the same dangers in a hot car.
There you go, man. It's great.
This month in Tennessee, a law has been extended to allow Good Samaritans to break into a car to rescue dogs.
The reason we have this law is so that you'll think twice maybe before leaving your pet in a car when you're running errands.
But earlier this summer, there was an arrest in Athens, Georgia, after Army vet Michael Hammonds broke the window to this Mustang to rescue a tiny Yorkshire Terrier.
The dog was going to die. Nobody was there to help. He was a hero, we thought.
The charges were later dropped.
We're outside Stoney's Restaurant in South Orange, New Jersey.
ABC's What Would You Do conducted a social experiment to highlight the dangers.
That's my baby. Is she crying again?
Yeah, leave her in the car by yourself.
Oh, it's only been a few minutes.
It doesn't matter. It's against the law. Like, it's against the law, and we're actually social workers. We'd have to call that in.
I don't think it's a big deal.
It's a baby.
And you can see why they're concerned. While the temperature outside only reaches a mild 77 degrees, it takes just minutes for the temperature inside the car to exceed 97 degrees, potentially dangerous for a child. Actors playing busy parents leave the sweltering car unattended with a crying doll inside.
Is that your baby?
Yeah.
You can't leave her by herself. She's hysterical.
I just had to run in for a minute.
You can't do that. You really can't do that. Do me a favor. Just don't ever. I was about to call the police. Don't ever do that again. Take the bassinet with you. Just carry it with you.
Yeah, I got all this stuff, and it's a pain in the butt.
Doesn't matter.
You know?
You can't do that.
Some pedestrians, like this man, hear the baby's cries, but do nothing. These women also say nothing. Even this mother-to-be, she hears the cries, looks into the car, but leaves without saying a word. The reactions from others were swift, showing concern and anger.
What's wrong? Her baby's in the car, and I just saw her get out of the car and walk away. I don't know where what she's doing. You can't go to Dunkin' Donuts and leave your crying baby in the car. I don't care how long you're leaving. I don't normally get involved, but you can't do that. There she goes. I'm so sorry. I don't normally do this, but you can't leave your baby in the car, even going to Dunkin' Donuts.
Well, I was just grabbing a coffee. I mean, what could happen?
Anything could happen.
I locked the door. No one's going to take her.
Okay, that's fine. It's your decision, but I'm just offering you some advice as a fellow parent. That's all. Okay? Have a good day.
Some called 911.
911, where's your emergency?
There's an infant crying in a car. There's no adult in the car.
Hey, is there a problem?
Yeah, I just called the police.
I was just gone for a minute. I was just right on the corner.
What's the matter, man? You should be leaving your kid in the car like that.
Well, I mean, it's not a big deal.
It is a big deal. You see the sun? That's not cool. Never leave a kid in the car.
I mean, it takes too long to get the kid out and go and then come back.
Thing, man.
It's too difficult.
And in that real-life scenario in Kansas Saturday, Sarah Oropeza did what seemed like the only right thing.
I want people to see that it's okay to step in and help. You should step in and help.
For Nightline, I'm Gio Benitez in New York.